All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to unpack a staging strategy that is so simple but so incredibly powerful. It's a secret that can make any home feel way more appealing and dynamic because it taps directly into a buyer's brain. We're going to break down exactly how you can use it. You know that feeling, right? You walk into a space and it just feels good. It's inviting, it's comfortable, and you can't quite put your finger on why. The room might even feel bigger, calmer, more alive. Well, guess what? That feeling is absolutely not an accident. It is 100% by design. And this quote from real estate agent Lou Corcoran just nails it. It's not about decorating, it's about marketing. See, that's the whole point. Creating that right feeling isn't about your personal taste. It's a strategic tool designed to create an instant emotional spark with a potential buyer. So what is this secret weapon? Well, it's all about tapping into a design code that our brains are already wired to love. And that code comes directly from the patterns we see all around us in nature. Okay, so the first key idea here is something called a fractal. It might sound a little bit technical, but the idea is beautifully simple. A fractal is just a repeating pattern, with the smaller parts of an object look a lot like the object as a whole. The easiest way to get this is to just picture a tree. You have the main trunk, right? Then a large branch splits off, and then that branch splits into smaller ones, and those split into even smaller twigs. See? They all echo the same basic shape. We see these patterns everywhere, from the spiral of a seashell to the arms of a snowflake. Our brains are literally hardwired to find this repetition calming and beautiful. All right, the second piece of the puzzle is symmetry, and this is all about creating a sense of harmony and balance in a space. It's that feeling you get when everything just looks right. It feels thoughtfully placed, visually stable. And in a home, this is so easy to do. Just picture a sofa, and on either side you've got matching end tables with identical lamps. That simple mirrored balance is just deeply satisfying to our eyes. It signals order, it signals stability, and it makes a room feel instantly more peaceful. So why do these two concepts, fractals and symmetry, work so darn well when you're staging a home? Well, it's because they're speaking our brain's native language. They tap right into our subconscious love for order, which just creates this feeling of calm and comfort. And for small spaces, these patterns are a game changer. They add visual interest without creating clutter, making the room feel way bigger and more dynamic. Okay, that's the theory, but how do we actually use this stuff? The best part is, you don't need a huge renovation or a big budget. This is all about making small, thoughtful changes that have a massive impact. You can boil it all down to this really simple 3-step formula. First, find the center of the room, the focal point. It could be a fireplace, a big window, whatever draws your eye. Second, create symmetry. Arrange furniture and decor to create a nice balance around that point. And finally, number 3, add a fractal. Introduce a natural repeating pattern somewhere in the room. And here are some fantastic, low-effort ways to do just that. You could hang a large mirror with a cool geometric frame. In the bedroom, just using symmetrical bedding and matching nightstands creates instant harmony. Or maybe you bring in plants, like ferns. Their leaves are a perfect example of natural fractals. Even a rug with a repeating motif totally does the trick. So, we've talked about the why and the how, but let's get to the good part, the results. How do these simple design tweaks actually translate into a better, faster, more profitable home sale? At the end of the day, the goal of staging is to get beyond just showing 4 walls and a roof. It is all about creating an emotional connection. You want a buyer to walk in and immediately start picturing their own life in that space. That is the feeling that gets you an offer. And this really shows the difference it makes. A home that's staged with these principles of harmony and natural design, it generates a way higher emotional connection with buyers than an empty or cluttered home. It just feels less overwhelming and more like a place they can actually call their own. And that emotional connection leads directly to the payoff. You get better photos, which attract more buyers online. A home that feels right sells faster. And all of this works together to increase the chances of getting stronger, higher offers, which of course maximizes your return on investment. It's a win-win-win. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's about empowerment. You have these simple, incredibly powerful tools at your fingertips to dramatically change how your home is perceived. I want you to remember this. Your home's potential isn't just about its square footage or its location. It's about how well you present it. By using nature's own design principles, you can unlock a level of appeal you might not have even realized was there. So I'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. Now that you know the secret design language that our brains are built to love, I want you to look at your own space and ask yourself this: what is your home's hidden superpower?